Okay, today's project is something totally different, sort of different. Not really a project of how to, but more of a frustration video. A friend of mine has a Dodge Caravan, and this is the struggles and the life of living with a Dodge, a Chrysler. All right, check it out, guys. All right, today's project is gonna be the Dodge Caravan. Anyway, problem is it's not starting, or sometimes it does start. It'll start when you crank it, and then the whole car will just die after what, 2 minutes. Or sometimes once that is done, you go to turn it on and nothing, all electricals work. Yeah, sometimes it would start, sometimes it wouldn't. There's full power to everything, all electricals. So the first thing I'm going to do is change out the TIPM. That's what's suggested on a lot of forums. The TIPM is like a big giant fuse box. So the first one is to do the TIPM, and let me get into that and I'll show you guys what I did. So the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the battery. Once you disconnect the battery, you're going to get a zip tie. Zip these two together and it's not going to spark. See? Zip it together for the whole duration of this install. What this does is it discharges the capacitors in the box, in the fuse box, in the TIPM, the brain. Let's see. So we're gonna open this guy up, pull this off. Yeah, oh, there you go. So basically, when I turned the car on, I did not hear the fuel pump inside the car. So what I did was, you get a piece of wire. I'll use this string as an example. You touch the inside of the fuse here, this yellow one, 20 amp, come over to this guy right there. So when you touch those two together, that automatically turns on the fuel pump. Okay. To check the starter, you're gonna grab this relay, pull it. You're gonna touch a wire from that corner to that corner. Turn the key in the on position and then touch those two. It's gonna turn the motor over. If it doesn't start with the key in the run position on, then it's probably something else. So we did all that. We did diagnose that. All the fuel pumps work, the ignition works, everything works, but just was not turning over. So concluded that yes, it was the TIPM, or this whole, the ECU is built into the bottom of this thing. So disconnected the power. We're gonna disconnect this and then flip it upside down. There's a whole video on how to do this. I'll try to put a link in the description on the bottom. But let me take off the power wire for the starter and then release these clips here, the 4 clips. Pull it up, flip it upside down, and start by removing the connectors. All right, so let me do that and I'll get back to you guys. All right, so I figured I'll show you guys what I did, how to test for the fuel pump. So I put a piece of wire there, speaker wire, and you touch here. Let's see if we can hear it. All right, so battery's disconnected, power wire is disconnected. Push the 4 clips, pulled it up. Yeah. Anyway, so these are the ones that we're gonna need to take off. You're gonna push up on this red clip, flip the switch, the white one. There's this little lever right there, but you need to, there's a black right there. See that in the middle? Push that and then flip that switch up. It's kind of hard to film this and do this with one hand, so let me do all that. Oh, and all these guys. Let me change all that out and we'll see what happens. So these clips are a little pain in the, you know what, to get off. Basically it was on like that to there. What you're gonna do, you have to stick a screwdriver in. This switch was originally down like that, okay? You're gonna need to push this bottom right there. Can't do this one-handed. Push and flip. Okay, and then you're gonna wiggle while you're pushing the handle up, and that's it. It's gonna lock. To get it back down, push there and flip it down. Just like that. And these other ones, you're gonna push this red piece up first. It was down. You know, you push it up and then you can flip the switch. Same thing, you're gonna push this down and then you can flip the switch up. Kind of a locking mechanism. So this is the problem, the TIPM. These things always go bad on Dodges. All right, so I'll show you where I got the new one. That was pretty cheap, but let me see. Hang on. So this is where I got the new TIPM from, the new computer. Came nicely packaged, nicely sealed. I already unpackaged it. After you put it in, you're gonna want to press down on each of the relays, push down everything, make sure everything's all nice and secured. It's a direct replacement. There's a bunch of warranty papers that it comes with. There's a bunch of where is it? Here. See that QR code? You scan that, and that'll take you to a full installation video on how to put this thing in. And it comes with a prepaid shipping label. So you put this back in the same box, ship it to them, tape it, ship it to them, and they will give you some money back. I don't know how much, I'll find out in a little bit. But you are gonna reuse your stock cap. Okay, so same process. That's the old one. This is the new one. A lot of popcorn. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just put everything, snap everything back in and tighten it down, and let's see if it works. So let me snap this in. I'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. All right, so I got everything snapped in. As soon as you push these clips on, don't forget to press that little button there in order for the lever to latch. So put that on, put everything back down, align the tabs right there and there and there. See, quick. Now remember, push down all your relays, make sure everything's good. Visually inspect all your relays also, and your fuses. Yeah, nothing looks popped or blown, everything looks good. Okay, cut the positive, negative, the zip tie that you put on or whatever you use to tie it together. And then we do a soft reset. All right, so hang on. Whatever, you need to do a soft reset before you do anything else. Sometimes the motor won't even turn over, things won't work. It's super easy. It takes about 15 seconds to do a soft reset, and I'll show you guys what I did. Okay. So we're gonna do, this is the type that has the keyless, I don't know, it's gonna key fob, whatever. You're gonna put it in, turn it to the run position. Do not start it. You're gonna wait. You may see a bunch of flashing lights and whatever, I don't know. Wait till you hear the second set of dings. There you go, turn it off. Take the key out. Wait another 5 to 10 seconds. Put the key back in. Turn it till you hear the run, the first ding. Okay, wait until you hear the second set of dings. There you go, now turn it off again. I like to do it twice. Some people say only do it once. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, something didn't start. Well, the TIPM did not work. So the next thing we're gonna do, spend more money and change the WIN, W-I-N. It's this little box here. Right there, where the key goes. Okay, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna change the fuel pump. Yeah, change the fuel pump. If that doesn't work, we're gonna change the ECU. Such is a life with a Dodge. All right, let me finish this up. Okay, so I changed the WIN, the W-I-N. It's the module for the key fob. I did have a locksmith come over and sync the new key fob module, the WIN, to the new keys and to the whole car. Same problem persists. Sometimes it may start and die after a minute. Other times it'll just turn and nothing. You have full power in the whole vehicle, power windows, horn, everything works, radio, but it just will not turn over. So power is not getting to the starter, to the main fuse box. So I changed the TIPM, that fuse box computer thing in the motor, in the engine bay. I changed the WIN. I also changed the fuel pump in this thing just for the fun of it. That was, oh my God, that was a nightmare. This whole Chrysler thing is becoming a nightmare for me. So this has been over the course of a couple weeks already. Is driving bananas. Anyway, my good friend Tina did order a new ECU, a full computer. And like I said earlier, most cars that I know have the total ECU mounted somewhere here, under there, somewhere out of the engine bay, out of heat, out of the way of heat, out of the way of the elements. For some reason, US car makers, especially Chrysler, they must have been smoking or drinking when they're drawing out the plans how to make this car. They decide to put the main ECU under the fender weld outside where it can get damaged, destroyed from heat. Even though it does have weather proof connectors. Yeah, I don't know why American US designers decided to put the ECU outside. That's totally, yeah, they must have been smoking something. Wish I had some. Anyway, next is to change the ECU and we'll see how that goes. I am over this Dodge already. Hang in there, guys. This is just a video on how to, one of my projects that I'm just going bananas over. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm back in the Dodge Caravan. Here's a real big tip for you guys. If you own a Dodge Caravan, burn it. These things are horrible. Horrible. Oh my God. Why did Chrysler even make this thing? Anyway, we thought it was the, what do you think it was? So many different things. I replaced the TIPM. I replaced the key module. I forgot what module that was called. WIN module. Everything is not working. This thing's a piece of you know what. Anyway, finally today, my friend Tina had picked up a new ECU, a new computer. I forgot what company she used. Basically, you call the company, tell them what you got. I think you can fill it out online. You need to give them your VIN number. They need to reprogram the computer to the new ECU. Okay, so I changed the TIPM, I changed the fuel pump, I changed the WIN. The only thing left is the ECU, the actual real computer, which is behind there. It's in here. And as I vented earlier, my frustrations, I don't know why Chrysler and these genius American engineers had put the ECU in the fender well, where it's hot from the engine. You can get wet, huge vibrations. It's, wow. Not exactly the smartest thing to do, guys. And I'm referring to those genius engineers. I guess they must have been doing something as they were kind of drawing out the plans. All right, let me pull off the tire, get everything changed out, and hopefully that will be the end of my nightmare. Okay, so I took off the tire, took off the inner fender weld, and I'll show you where the computer is. Right there. See? Right there. So there's a little push tab. You press that, lift this tab up, and that should take it out. Just like that. Two 10mm nuts on each side takes it off. Now, why in the world would any automobile manufacturer want to put the main computer for the car in such a, well, if you ever get into a little 5-mile-an-hour bump or anything, you could destroy the computer, costing you thousands. I mean, overall, really bad engineering on Chrysler's part. So let me swap this out and we'll see what happens. All right, so the old ECU is out. Now we just toss this thing in the trash and get the new one in. Simple, 2 plugs. So let me plug it in and get this over with. Now the moment of truth, let's turn it on. So we did the, we turn it like to the run position, right? We wait until you hear the second set of dings. Okay, turn it off. I usually wait maybe 5-10 seconds, give or take. I don't know. Anyway, let's try it out. Hopefully it works. Ha 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 ha! All right, guys. I guess it works. That's it for this project. All right, that's it. It's fixed. The problem was the ECU, and I changed the fuel pump, I changed the wind, I changed the TIPM, I changed all the electronics out of this thing. It would start for maybe a minute, die out, and it wouldn't start for a couple hours later. It would intermittently just die out whenever, and this thing was just, yeah, I think I was better off just burning this thing and calling the insurance company. But anyway, it's finally fixed. It was the ECU. I think that's the way to go with these Dodges. So I guess that's it for this project. I'm finally done. This was not a how-to. This was more of a rant and more of, I guess, just to showcase my frustration with a lot of my projects. All right, guys, take care. Hang in there. I'll catch you guys on the next project.